Well, demand for new vehicles has soared in North America, but there is a problem here. There is almost no inventory. Now, the main issue is a worldwide shortage of microchips used in most modern cars. As Christelle Ramlakan tells us, that means finding a vehicle on a dealer's lot involves a lot of legwork.
Normally we would have about maybe around 200 new cars on the lot at this point.
But right now there's only 19 at this Ottawa car dealership. Ted Smith has been selling cars as fast as they come in. Even the car set aside as a demo for a manager is a hot commodity.
I've had 4 dealers call me for this for this Traverse. So that's the kind of demand.
Buyers who can't find a car on the lot can order one, but depending on where it's coming from, it can take 2 to 4 months.
We're in a kind of once-in-a-generation crisis in inventory.
Flavio Volpe is with the Automobile Parts Manufacturers Association. He says the issue is a worldwide supply shortage of microchips. They operate everything from the brake system to the air conditioning to the windshield wipers. He says cars are being half built, then set aside to wait for the elusive part. To deal with the shortage, federal officials met with industry last week to talk about how Canada can start making its own.
I think COVID taught us that there are just some goods that you have to have a domestic reserve of, and not just for cars, but for everything else that we're doing. Microchips has become one of them.
The slowdown in new car production has driven up prices for used cars.
This entire inventory situation boils down to economics 101, supply and demand. There isn't enough supply. There is still demand, both for new and used vehicles. And automakers have essentially stopped offering incentives on new vehicles because they know they don't have any on the lot. They know demand is strong. So why would an automaker give you, the customer, a discount if they know you're in a position to pay full price?
Car dealerships expect the inventory issue will be the biggest problem for several more months.
There's a lot of pent-up demand in the market, new demand created by the pandemic, and now we just have to find supply to sell those vehicles and to provide those customers.
Last week, the CEO of Ford warned the supply problem could continue through early next year. Back at the dealership, Smith hopes that won't be the case.
Without selling the car, nothing else works.
Christelle Ramlakan, CBC News, Ottawa.